Prestigious magazine Scientific American claims that 50% of the things you talk about from the past are made up because your brain has changed from what it was 15 or 30 years ago. Nevertheless, you have a choice in how you react to people and situations in your life, because when something happens in your body, a chemical change occurs. Most people don't believe they have any control over their emotional reactions. So when you react negatively to a coworker, a family member, or a person in traffic, your body is chemically altered. When you allow your feelings to linger after an event for hours or days, you know what that's called? A mood. Hey, Ponyto, what's wrong with you? Oh, I'm in a mood. This happened to me 4 days ago, and I'm having a prolonged emotional reaction. If you continue to experience this same refractory period for weeks or months, that's called a temperament. Hey, why is she so angry? I don't know why she is so angry. I don't know why she is so bitter. I'm remembering my emotional reaction from 7 months ago, so I'm learning about it. People wear their emotions on their sleeve, and that's who they think they are. They will talk about the past to justify why they're not creating the life they want. Therefore, if you wake up in the morning in Mexico City and you are not defined by a vision that's bigger than you, and it doesn't inspire you to go outside of your bed and explore possibilities instead, you wake up living from the old hardware of the past and the old emotions stored in your body. This is known as a personality trait, and when you open your eyes, you'll see the same people, go to the same places, and do the same thing at the same time. Suddenly, your external environment is in charge of how you think and feel, because your brain has a neurological network that records everything you do, every place you go, and every person you know. When you open your eyes, however, and you see the same people, go to the same places, and do the same thing at the same time, your external environment is activating different circuits in your brain, which every great person in history, including Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and the Wright brothers, understood that true change requires thinking beyond your surroundings, beyond the circumstances in your life, and beyond the conditions in your world. You told me that you believe that your thoughts have an impact on your destiny, and that as long as you think equal to your surrounding, you will continue to create the same kind of life. Joan of Arc and the others all experienced a vision that was so real in their minds that they were unable to see, smell, taste, or feel it. And they started acting as though that future reality was happening right now. So let me ask you a question. Is it possible to envision a future beyond your current senses, but so vividly imagined in your mind that it physically alters your perception of it as though it has already happened? According to the most recent scientific research, it is possible to rewire your brain to live in the future rather than the past, and to fall so deeply in love with that vision that you awaken from a deep sleep and transform guilt or suffering into inspiration, joy, and gratitude, to the point where your body, your body starts to signal new genes in novel ways to change your body's appearance so that it appears as though the event has already happened, because your unconscious mind is unable to distinguish between the external event and what you are creating internally. Reason with me on this. According to recent epigenetic science, your body may be altered solely by thought. Your body and mind are no longer living in the past. Rather, they are living in the future. And the instant you understand that you are no longer making the same decisions, you will walk straight into your vision if there is physical evidence in your body and mind that the event has already happened. The day before, you will experience discomfort, unfamiliarity, uncertainty, and some unpredictability. We now know that people would prefer to cling to their feelings of guilt and unworthiness than to venture into the unknown, because at the very least, they will be able to experience something. Therefore, the moment you stop making the same decisions over and over again, prepare yourself for discomfort, because that is the moment you are heading towards the new you, which we refer to as stepping into the river of change. However, keep in mind that 95% of who you are is made up of your body rather than your mind, your brain, so you might actually be complaining unconsciously because your body does it constantly. Then, all of a sudden you say, no more complaining, no more blaming, no more feeling sorry for myself, no more talking about other people, I'm going to stop. You know what happens, don't you? The body starts sending signals to the brain because it has been conditioned in that way. Then, all of a sudden, you start thinking thoughts like, why don't you start tomorrow? Tomorrow's a better day. This is too hard for me. I can't change. Something's wrong with me. It's my mother's fault, my ex-husband's fault, my ex-wife's fault. Or the most significant one may think, this doesn't feel right, and then react to that thought as though it were true. This choice then results in the same experience that elicits the same emotion, and the person responds, this feels right, that feels familiar. Transitioning from the old self to the new self and stepping into that void and uncertainty is the biological, neurological, chemical, hormonal, and genetic death of the old self. People will say, well, in that unknown, I can't predict my life or my future, to which we will always respond, well, in that unknown, knowledge is for the mind, experience is for the body. If you are able to accomplish this, you will have a new experience that will enrich the circuits in your brain because that is what experience does. You will feel successful, like a leader, and clear. The moment you experience these things, you are teaching your body chemically to understand what your mind has intellectually understood. We could say that knowledge is for the mind and experience is for the body. Nevertheless, the magic happens when you and I become comfortable in the unknown. You are embodying leadership, success, and clarity because when you feel an emotion, you are teaching your body to understand what your mind can understand intellectually. This is how you are embodying knowledge. However, this is where the expert comes in. If you have had the experience before, you must be able to repeat it. Great people in the world who are unyielding in their efforts to replicate the experience. If you are able to replicate that experience repeatedly on a neurological and chemical level, you will rewire your body to become the mind of it. This will happen naturally to you. It will become second nature. It will be effortless. It will be common. It will be automatic because you have done it so many times, it has become ingrained in you.